Boss, I don't think that's ever going to work.
You never know.
Looking around for a number, I guess. This is gonna drive me up a wall.
There's no way I can reach that. Could you grab that lantern?
No, I already got you a lantern, and it works just fine.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Boss, even if there's some code to crack here so that we can understand what it's saying, I propose we just ignore it. Maybe, for once, the other robots can figure out how to communicate with us.
Agreed. It's too heavy for me to lift.
I don't really want to try that.
Welcome to Metropole, welcome. Metromine welcomes you to her city of Metropole. This city is safe haven for machines. Systems records indicate that you have come from the outskirts station. All newcomers are required to familiarize themselves with local laws. Okay. Let's oh, okay.
Hey, boss, look! That repair bot has a floating helper, just like you do.
There's a red, burning, crashed hover bus and a writhing electrical cable. And that's the first thing you notice?
I can't help it. She's beautiful.
Well, you're not getting to her until we deal with this cable. I can't safely grab it.
Do I have anything?
Crispin, can you fly around the cable and push it off the street?
But didn't you just say it's too dangerous to get close to it?
I'm giving you a chance to impress her, Crispin. Just fly up high enough that you don't get close to the sparks.
Fine.
Excuse me.
Can't you see I'm working?
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You do know this ship is never gonna fly again, right?
You're right about that. This old airing bus can hardly fly to begin with. Still, there might be some parts here that Metromine can use to get another bus up and running. Anyway, what do you want?
Hey, boss, ask him about his helper.
What happened here?
What does it look like? The airing bus's motor gave out and it crashed into the only bridge leading from Main Street to the rest of the city center.
Was anyone on board?
Sure, but they've already been salvaged.
Salvaged? Not repaired?
Can't repair without parts. You can't get parts without salvage.
What about building new parts?
Yeah, I mean with factory. Look, everyone wants to spot bugs, but no one wants to write code. You got a better way to run a city? Go out and build one. Otherwise, get with the program.
My friend is curious about your helper.
She's just a sidekick factory build. Thousands of them rolled off the assembly line back in the day, but she's probably the only one left. Really not much more than a floating lantern, and headlamps are a lot cheaper.
She says you're not much more than a floating plasma torch.
She's right.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has big claws and shoots lasers.
Scraper. After the last big cave-in, the two of us worked together on trying to fix the blue line. It's on the simple side, but a hard worker. What about him?
He took something of mine.
Yeah, salvaged it probably. That's what most of us do for Metromine these days.
Stole it.
Hey, you say router, I say router. Anyway, not my problem.
Where can I find Scraper?
Do I look like a tour guide? Piece of advice for you. Don't mess with the code if you can't handle the glitches.
Very profound. You mentioned Metromind.
Yeah, sure. She's in charge of this big circuit board we call Metropole.
What can you tell me about her?
What do I look like? The information kiosk?
Yes, you do.
I want to know what I think. Metromind is the best thing that ever happened in this place.
Really?
Really? You, me, all these other machines grinding about, we're just tools in the toolbox. But Metromind, she's got the master plan. Progress. Got a nice ring to it, too.
So as part of the master plan, crashing buses into roads?
Look, there's plenty of rust to go around, but Metromind's the only one scrubbing. Not her fault that some of the metal's too far gone.
It looks to me like you're the one scrubbing, not Metromind.
Like I said, I'm just a tool in the box. Now, I gotta get back to work.
Guess just keep going out this direction.
Ahoy, my dear friend. Oswald Factorbuilt at your service.
It's no more your dear friend than Rex is your creation, you besotted gear oiler.
Oh, don't mind Cornelius. He's been bitter since the first great rolling brownout.
Better, I'll show you better, you backbiting bot snatcher. I think I like these guys, boss.
What's in that building?
Why, Arbiter's Court, of course. Why else would we be here?
I need to see Arbiter.
We all do, my dear friend. But the courthouse is locked, and first come, first served.
Well, crap.
What are you two fighting about?
Justice. I'm here for justice. To prove that I, Cornelius Factorbuilt, created this marvelous machine, Rex. Rex Cornelius built.
Ignore him, my dear friend. Candidly, he is 10-23 flops short of a kilo, if you catch my drift. The machine's name is Oswald Built. Rex Oswald Built.
This is over a name? Why not just let Rex decide?
Ridiculous. This is about principle.
This is about pride.
So, boss? Would you fight over me like this?
You could call yourself Crispin Crispian for all I care. As long as you still pull things off ledges for me, that is.
Glad to know I'm loved.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has lots of claws and shoots lasers. It stole something of mine. Have you seen it?
Indeed. The robot you described sounds like Scraper, Metromind's enforcer. Whatever he took is gone forever.
I refuse to accept that.
Oh, he refuses. How delightful.
How are you going to decide who gets
Not
Rex?
so much.
For the law, fool. The law.
Please excuse my brother. He can barely remember pi to the 23rd digit, let alone his manners.
For
I rest my case. Suffice it to say, old chap, we await the reopening of the courthouse. Or more precisely, we await a summons from Arbiter who will decide our case.
who will say whose contribution was more important? Who will say, in fact, that my contribution was more important?
Could someone else judge your case?
Of whom were you thinking? Metromine, perhaps? Authoritative, to be sure, but I fear she would claim Rex for good of all.
And since the subway schemer
He means Metromine.
shut down our builder Factor, he cannot help either. What about Horatio?
Who?
Me.
And why should we listen to you?
I've built a robot before, and I have no in this.
Yes, well and good, but this is a matter of law and logic. A bit harder than banging together a tin can like your companion. How can we know your reasoning is sound?
Test me.
An interesting proposition. What do you say, Cornelius?
What do I say? I say that you are a liar and a thief, Oswald. But as to this Horatio, well, as to him, so be it. Boss, if they make us find 7 lost crystals, I'm quitting.
Righto. Consider this. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party.
The what circle is gathered at the what? Is this some kind of vocab test?
I said quiet.
Each robot is either a factor-built or a Sternweiler built.
Blasted Sternweilers.
And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad-core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture.
This is ridiculous.
Pay attention. Factor or Sternweiler, quad-core, linear type, or multiplex.
Indeed. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probability tests. First, there are more factor-built robots than Sternweiler builds. Second, every linear type robot was built by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probability circle cannot possibly be true?
5 robots have linear processors, 5 robots quad core, 4 robots have 4 robots were built by Sternwell.
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party. Each robot is either a factor-built or a Sternweiler built. And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad-core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probability tests. First, there are more factor-built robots than Sternweiler builds. Second, every linear type robot was built by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probability circle cannot possibly be true?
Five robots have quad-core processors.
Failure? Failure? Clearly you are unfit to judge our case. Now go bother someone else.
Hard to do math, I guess.
At the binomial biennial, each robot is either a factor-built and more numbers.
Which is the
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party. Each robot, and moreover, each. Now I will tell you 3 first. There are more factor-built robots than Sternweiler builds. Second, every linear type robot was built by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probability circle cannot possibly be true?
Okay, so we can eliminate that one as being true. This one.
4 robots were built by Sternweiler.
Good show.
The preceding facts are unchanged.
Oh, how did I not get that the first time? Math,
If
simple
exactly
math.
2 factor-built robots have the same type of processor architecture, then which of the following must be true?
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, each robot, and now it's first, there are second, finally.
Now, answer this. If exactly 2 factor-built robots have the same type of processor architecture, then which of the following must be true?
Three of the 7 robots were built by Sternweiler.
Correct. Here is the third question.
Oh, Jesus, there's
The
always a
facts
third one.
are still unchanged. Which of the following types of processor architecture might you find in a probabilitist built by Sternweiler?
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial, each robot is either a factor-built or a Sternweiler built. And moreover, each robot is designed. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more factor-built robots than Sternweiler builds. Second, every linear type robot was built by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Now, answer this. Which of the following types of processor architecture might you find in a probabilitist built by Sternweiler?
Okay, he never used a quad. Which means he never did linear or
Only multiplex and linear type.
Failure? Failure? Clearly, you are unfit to judge our case.
Okay.
Now go bust.
I will do this.
Can I try?
What? Well, let me try again. It was the last question.
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Okay, I'm fine. Be a butt. Make me cry. The last question.
What are you doing here?
Waiting.
For what?
My bus.
I'm pretty sure the bus isn't coming.
It will come.
Your bus is a burning wreck about 2 blocks from here.
It will come. I must go home. Metromind will take me home.
Okay then. Did it just come from that way, or?
I am waiting.
Oh, okay. I guess that's all this is. All right. Well. Door. Yes.
Believe that. Keep information.
I guess we need to wait our turn.
Hello? Hello?
I don't think it can hear you, boss.
All right then. Hold on. Give me a sec.